Hey kids, welcome back. And today we are finished with our iPod drawings and we're going to introduce something called a summary sheet. Now a summary sheet is something that we're going to do at the end of each project, and so today we're going to do our summary sheet for our iPod drawing. This summary sheet is going to end up being a part of the digital portfolio that we do at the end of the year. So each time we finish a project, you're going to do a summary sheet talking about the project and showing examples from the project, and later at the end we can just take all those summary sheets, put them together, and they become your portfolio. So if you do a good job on each summary sheet along the way, your last project of the year is going to be much easier. So the first thing we want to do is get some pictures of your iPod, and the way we take a picture on the computer is that you press the keys Command, Shift, and 4 all together, and you see now that my cursor has become this little crosshair, and anything that I draw a box around, so let me draw a box all the way around my iPod here, and you can hear that it takes that camera sound, right? Let me clear that out of the way, and now if I look over here it says screenshot, and the screenshot is just a picture of the iPod that I just took. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take 3 pictures. So I'm going to take 1 picture of my total iPod. You could take more than 3 pictures, but you want to have at least 3 pictures. I'm going to press Command Shift 4 again, and I'm going to take a picture just of the menu graphic. Okay, maybe you want to talk about how difficult it was to use the basic shapes tools to draw these triangles. So I'm going to press Command Shift 4 and take a picture of that, and then we'll take one more just in case, Command Shift 4, and take a picture of the screen, and we can talk about how we use the gradient tool. Okay, so I've got my pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you really just need at least 3, a minimum of 3 pictures. So I've got my pictures that I'm going to use to talk about the iPod drawing. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into OpenOffice, and instead of opening a document like I have before, I'm going to open a presentation. So click here where it says Presentation. The next screen you're going to get is going to ask you, it's going to be the presentation wizard. And so I always just choose an empty presentation and hit Create, and that'll bring up a blank presentation for you. First thing across the top, I'm going to add the name of the project that I'm going to be talking about in the summary sheet. So I'm going to put iPod drawing. Now I'm going to select this box and delete it because I don't need that box, and I'm going to bring in my 3 pictures. Some of you will be able to drag pictures from your screen into the document. Okay, for mine, on my computer it doesn't let me do that, so the way I have to do is go to Insert, Picture, from File. I have to choose my desktop here, and here are my screenshots. Okay, so I'm going to hit Open and bring that picture in. I can hold down the Shift key and resize it so I don't mess up the shape, and I'm going to bring in all of those pictures that I need to bring in. Okay, so now I've got all my pictures into the document, and I can arrange them any way I want. Some people like to do a nice 3-column layout where they have their 3 pictures right in a row. You can arrange them however you want, but what you want to do is you want to have space for text that's going to explain the drawings. Okay, so I'm going to arrange a big picture on one side, my smaller pictures on the other side. Let me resize that a little bit so it fits with the others. And I'm being sure to hold down Shift every time I resize that so that I don't mess up any of the shapes. I want the proportions, the ratios, to stay the same the whole time. Now, to add text, just like we did with the iPod drawing, I'm going to use a text box tool. So let me just grab the text box tool here and draw a box where I want to add my text in. There's a Okay, and we're going to go ahead and go through this process, and you're going to add at least 2 or 3 sentences for each picture, talking about the picture, maybe why it was difficult, or what was fun about it, or what tools you used. There's many things that you can talk about in your text about the drawings. So again, these are basically what are called captions. Anytime we have a document and you have a text that's describing a picture or talking about what's in the picture, then that's called a caption, just like you would have in a yearbook or in a magazine. Later, we're going to see this same thing pop up when we do our magazine page project. So go ahead and use the text box tool down here to add more text boxes for each picture that you have. And you're going to need 2 or 3 sentences talking about what's in that picture, describing that project. It's a very simple project, should be able to get it finished in 1 day. Remember, the requirements are that you have at least 3 pictures from your project, and you're going to take pictures from your screen using the keyboard shortcut Command-Shift-4. You're going to bring them into a blank presentation document, and then add captions using the text box tool to talk about the different things in the different pictures. Have fun.